What's up, everybody? Yay! I'm excited because I am back on here. Let's go ahead and take this poster off because I've been posting it on social media like all week long. I'm very excited. This is my first interview after my surgery. I've been doing my avatar and I've been in my bed with ice packs on my back and everything. So I'm excited. Right next to me, I have Hezekiah Morris, and he is an author, an award-winning author. He's written several books. He has a movie out that we're going to go ahead and talk about. So we're going to talk about his books. We're going to talk about his movie. We're going to talk about all of that. So when we come back, we're going to get into it. And by the way, welcome. This is Dee Dee Walker Live, and you are now tuned in to the Dee Dee Walker Live Show. So go get yourself some biscuits, go get yourself a cup of tea, some coffee, go ahead and get yourself a glass of wine, and let's get into this. Yay! Welcome. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good, a little tired, but I'm here and I'm having fun. So hey, it's gonna be a good show.
Oh my goodness. For those who are tuning in right now, like I said before, his name is Hezekiah Morris. And I'm sitting here tapping into Facebook and stuff. So Hezekiah, what I'm going to do, I don't know if you could do it. I meant to do this earlier. I'm going to inbox you the link so you can share with folks so they can check
Okay.
us out live. And those who are watching the repeat, don't worry. We will be streaming on YouTube so you can watch it, you can share it, you can do all that good stuff. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you know when I'm on here again. So what is up?
What's up?
Not only is this my first interview, this is my first interview since my surgery. And those who know me know with my surgery, it put me down for a little bit. And so I've been doing all of my, shows or whatever. I've been basically lying down in bed and
My name is author Hezekiah Morris. I'm an author of 5 books: Restoring Hezekiah, Changing a Generation, Restoring Hezekiah, Me and Only Me. Remember them days when we were young, The Player in Me, and The Player in Me Too.
oh wow. And can you do me a favor? Can you go ahead and tell us like what motivates you to even started writing? Because the last time I spoke to you, you were like, I'm writing a book. And when I caught up with you again, you're like, oh yeah, I wrote the book, I wrote other books, and
Hmm.
I produced a movie. So
Yes.
that like blew my mind. I was like, oh my God. And by the way, you can also catch him on Blog Talk Radio. He is a radio host where they go ahead and interview other authors as well. So this dude is out there doing some great stuff. So what even got you into writing these books in the first place?
Oh man, like I had got into some trouble in like 2017. And while I was incarcerated, I just started writing, and I just started telling my life story of why did I end up in this place where I ended up at, and going through my life and all the drama and traumatizing events that I've been through. I just put it all on paper, and when I got out, excuse me, everybody was like, "You should publish this book," and I was like, "You know what? I think I'm gonna do that." So while I was in Greensboro, North Carolina, I used to go to the day center every day and type up my book. And that place is only for people with jobs or who are looking for a job. But they get made an exception for me. They was like, you know what? You're trying to do something with yourself, so we're gonna give you the opportunity to do that. We're not gonna bother you.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually wrote my whole book there and put it all together. And I actually found a publisher online while I was doing it. And his name
Wow.
was JJ Planner out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And he asked me, he was like, Well, send it over to me, and if I like it, we'll go with it. If not, I'm gonna send it back to you. He called back in less than 30 minutes, like it's a go. So from that point on, what people don't know, I paid about $1,400 to get my first book published. And
Wow.
this is why I was working at a day labor job, making
Mm-hmm.
$45 a day.
Mm.
And I got my own book. I
Wow.
get all my books copyrighted myself.
Wow. Wow. That's it's the thing about it. You don't realize all the stuff that people put into their
Hmm.
dream. Like you don't realize, in order, because people think that, oh, I'm going to get up and write a book, and they like,
Oh my
ta-da,
God.
I done wrote a book.
I hit the concrete. I moved from my hometown to a state that I knew nobody. I moved to Philadelphia where I knew nobody. It was times that I didn't eat at night. It was times that I got up at 5 in the morning before I went to work to go to the library and write my book and then go to work and then get off and write my book again. It was times that I made flyers and I was pinning them on the poles in Philadelphia and New York. It was times that I would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning in New York just so I can go down to the Today Show so I can have my book in my hand. It was times
Wow.
I had two book signings at Georgetown and Howard University. It was 3 a.m. I was sick. My friend said, "Do not go. You're not going to make it." I had $4 in my pocket. I said, I'm not going to let this is the big time. This is big time right here. Howard University and Georgetown the same day. So on the way to Howard, actually, I was supposed to have Georgetown the next day. So I was like, you know what? On the way to Howard University, I was called Georgetown. I was like, well, I'm doing a book signing over here at Howard. Why don't I come over here and just knock y'all out too while I'm here? They was like, cool, do that. So I'm at Howard University. I'm walking around the campus. So I go to a barber shop with a book in my hand. They was like, man, we don't want your book in here. I'm like, wow, okay. That's how it is. You get rejected. But also God lets you get rejected and replaced at the same time because I walked in the next door. That's where I met my mentor at. And she was like, what do you got? I said, a book. She's like, well, let me see it. And she said, well, I'm gonna put you on live television right now. And that relationship just grew from there. And when I went to Howard University, the first guy that walked in, he worked at some prison and he was like, I don't even want your book. Here's $50. But can you come and speak? Can you come and speak at the prison? I'm gonna leave you some notes and stuff to who to call and who to contact there. I'm like, wow, okay. So I do Howard. So then I go to Georgetown, and when I tell you, when you see Georgetown's campus, you're like, I'm looking at Howard University like, oh my God, this is the ghetto. When I get to Georgetown, it's like I'm in medieval times, castles and big gargoyles around. I'm like, wow, this is prestigious. So I get to Georgetown, 4 African American ladies walk by. They said, oh, you're an author. I was like, yes, man. Let me see your book. They was like, you know what? We want your book, but we don't want to buy it from the store. We want to buy it from you. They paid $35 each for my book. And so the journey, and it's about the journey that makes you appreciate what you're doing. Like, because everything didn't come easy. Nothing came easy for me. Everything that I achieved, I did it. I did it on my own. It wasn't easy. And it was at times where I said, you know what? Ain't nobody reading my books. I'm gonna quit writing. Then in 2000, did I win 2019? 2019, I received a nomination for Author of the Year, and I won. I was like, wow, okay. S&M
Your
Gospel
hard
Awards there.
work, the hard work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, like you have life shows up. Not only are you trying to live your dream, but also life shows up. You have things that happen in your life that like man, I'm doing all this. Where's the money? And then you have stuff going on in your life and people don't understand, and you like, dude, it's not like that. You just got to keep pushing, and don't give up. And when I wrote my third book, I had got homesick, and I started writing about my homeboys. Remember them days when we was young, and that was like, wow, that's a good book. It's just I try to give each book that I write, I try to give people motivation and an inspiration to never quit, no matter what nobody tells you, no matter what you've been through or what you're going to go through. Long as you get up every morning and tell yourself, I'm not going to quit. I am somebody. And for me, that brings me joy. And that I think it was like 2020. I was on my yeah about 2020. I had just got burnt out. I was like, maybe not, maybe so. And I met one of my friends, one of my close friends, and she started writing. And so I was helping her out. And then I was like, you know what? Let me get this thing another shot. And that's when I wrote The Player in Me. And it was about my journey in Atlanta when I first got there. And it's about these relationships and me being new. I'm like, I'm an author, like I don't want no relationship, but we can,
So
be
the
friends. And
player is based on your story.
basically, yeah.
Oh, honey, this is juicy.
So
This
so
is
upon me
juicy.
writing, so I'm sitting
By
here
the way,
writing this
guys, we
thing.
got a clip of his movie. So go ahead. So now we know.
So
Go ahead.
so I'm in this new city, and like everything is up for grabs. And I'm talking about, I'm like, man, I've been here almost what 3, 4 months, and I was like, man, I ain't met nobody yet. They was like, oh, no, don't rush, you will. And it was a coincidence because like 2 days later, we were going to this cookout, and I go to the store, and this student from Georgia Tech, I mean Georgia State. So she's getting a drink or something. I'm like, never mind, I got this for you. Now, I'm telling you, she was as beautiful. I'm like, whoa, okay, this is all right. And and everything that's picked up from there. And I was like, wow. And then I met, another character in the movie. She's pregnant. And I'm like, hey, why not? Then I meet another, and it's like we got this little triangle going, but it was fun. It wasn't no commitments. And just me writing that book, I was like, yeah, me letting them know, like, y'all, I'm writing a book about y'all. And they was like, where the money at? It was funny because we laughed at it. You know what I'm saying? I said, but I'm going to write it how I want to write it and how I want to do it. They was like, we just laughed at it. It was like, you lying. I was like, no, and it was funny because some parts of are really true and then some parts are not because I had a mix and add, but and like the name
Mhm,
changes. I put different names on different characters, but it was fun writing that book. And it was my first
mhm,
time because I didn't have to write about my life. I wrote about my life, but I didn't have to write about it real seriously. It's like my alter ego came out in this book. Like, this is what I really want to do. This is really how I express in myself now. Now I can let my talent shine because I'm into new territory. This is what I've been wanting to do. But it's like my first three books are introduction to who I am and who I was. And when I wrote these last two books, they was all me, all my thinking, all what I want to do and share with the world. So I was like, yeah, like I wrote The Player in Me actually on my phone. Hmm.
So I have to ask you this. So you wrote books about your incarceration, and then
Hmm.
as you go on and you write about this book, how to be a player. So
Hmm.
do you see yourself making some kind of like, because it sounds like to me it could be like an episodic, you know,
It, it
like a
is. It's
little like a
I
little
wrote
movie. I can't
like
get the word out my mouth, but you know what I'm saying,
like a
like
like a
an
like a
ongoing
miniseries,
series.
like a miniseries. Like I wrote the book to be into movie form. Not my whole thinking was this is the book right here. So
Hmm.
that's how I wrote it. And like each scene, I wasn't thinking about this book. Each scene, I was thinking about this one could be a movie. This could be a movie. This could be a movie. So
Mm-hmm.
each scene that I'm taking you through in the book, you like, okay, wow, boom, 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 boom. You like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would love to see this in a movie. And
Yeah.
not only that, when you are actually
So
reading the book,
look, Mama D was trying to call me, so I'm gonna have to call her after this. You remember Mama D, right?
yes, tell Mama
So
D I
I'm
said
loving
hi.
this. So what I would like to do, and then we're gonna get back to your story. I would like to go ahead and play a clip of your
Yeah.
movie.
What happens when one man,
Z, short for Zakarian,
plays three women? Sapphire,
Short for sexy, intelligent, and single.
Laquita,
damn, you look good.
and Deja.
I'll salute to that.
Do they know about one another?
Not right now.
You need to handle this shit.
Let me tell you something. Some things
Okay?
going on in my
And
life.
who is she? Don't
Find out in The Player.
Here's the tips.
Adopted from the novel The Player in Me. Written by Hezekiah Morris. Another Andre Harris production.
You know, I didn't want my movie to be ghetto. I wanted. I'm just
He
serious
said he
because
didn't want it to be ghetto.
because it had to fit my personality in who I was. It's romance. It's romantic. It's classy. It's it's style, and that's what it's about. It's about style and grace and how you portray yourself when you want and you are trying to get this woman's attention and you're trying to get this woman. You don't do it ghetto. You don't. You know how you see some movies and they on Tubi TV and stuff like that, and you're like, oh my goodness, the same old hood movie. I didn't want that. I'm always trying to do something outside of the box. And so for the director and the screenwriter to put that together like that, that was amazing in itself because that was my vision of the movie. And she put it there to a T. It has style, it has grace, and that's what it's all about. But it also tells a story, tells a story how at the same time this character does have feelings at the end. He like if you go to the book, he's not just a player. He doesn't want to be a player, but he has feelings too. And at the same time, with these feelings comes along, he got problems. And that's what I tried to put through in all of my books, to write about situations that we've all been through, that we're all going through. And then letting us be aware, like, it's okay we're gonna make mistakes. We're human.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna sometimes I have fun doing it, but hey, yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's a mistake. Oh, no, really? I mean, I did have fun, but hey, we're not supposed to take life too serious. God ain't put us on earth. That's everything to be serious. Have fun while you're doing it. It's the difference between wanting to be an author and doing it because you have the passion to do it. That's what I love to do. I love to write.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, I love to ask this question because to me, I think it's the most important question. It's the same question I ask everybody. And it's basically all that you've been through, the books that you have written, the journey that it took you to actually write these books. The determination to make sure your movie came out the way that you wanted to. What advice can you give somebody that is out there pounding the streets and hustling, and people are just telling them no, no, no? Like when you was going into that barbershop and they were like, we don't want your book up in here. What advice can you give them since you've already went through all of this?
Well, I was pissed when they said that. I wanted to go take it back to the hood. Like, you know what? But just keep pressing. Just don't give up. Like every day you wake up, you're like, okay, what am I going to do today that's going to help my career? What am I going to do today that's going to help me get advantage over everybody else that's writing books? Because everybody now is slinging a book out there. And you have to have the will to succeed more than the will to fail. And for me, I had the will to succeed because I didn't want to have to go back home and look people in the face and be like, "Oh, I told you so." Or I told you couldn't do it. You couldn't do that. You wouldn't live up to, you wouldn't be nobody. You just a nobody. Here I am, 4 years later, 5-time nominated author of the year, second runner up in 31 countries, author of the year.
Woo!
Write for 2 magazines.
That's amazing.
Have 2 podcast shows and a movie coming out. And I got 3 books in the hole that I'm waiting to write on. And I have my own production company, LLC, where I'm gonna start publishing my own books. 4 years. 4 years.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I love it. I love it. So can you tell us a little bit about your podcast? Because we briefly talked about it a little bit earlier. How can
when I first got into writing, these podcasts would charge these astronomical numbers for you to come on our show or to be in that magazine. Like one wanted to charge me the other day $300 to be in a magazine. If that magazine ain't gonna be on the shelf, I'm not paying no $300 to be in it. So I came up with my podcast because I wanted, and authors like to run in clicks. I'm not a click author. I might take something from you, I might take something from you, I might take something for you. But my vision is my vision. Click authors, let me do this. No, I run on my own. I don't need nobody telling me what to do or how to do it because my vision is different than yours. We all have different minds. My mind thinks different than yours. Your way might be a faster way, but my way is my way. And I like to do it my way. And when I came up with this vision for authors, it's like, okay, we all know these same old authors every day. But what about the new ones that's coming out? Who's giving them exposure? Who's listening to them? Who's putting them on platforms? So I wanted to do an author show. So I did one podcast, testing the waters. I didn't like that platform. So me and this guy, we kept going back and forth over the Facebook. And finally, I shot him my idea of what I wanted to do and how I wanted my personality to be all over this show and let people know who I am as a person. And so, but I wanted it to be free for authors to come on my platform. But I didn't just want authors on my platform. I wanted singers, actors, and whatever part of life you come from, I wanted you on the show. And I started, this is my year anniversary. Like a couple of weeks ago, I celebrated 1 year on Drip the Mic and the Authors Lounge 1 year. And it's not been easy. Some days I don't feel like doing it. Some days I'm like, man, I got to do this show. But at the end of the day, I love doing what I'm doing. And like now I'm booked up to about, once I finish my emails, I'm going to be booked up to about mid-June with #1 bestsellers on the New York Times list. Actors and from all walks of life, all worldwide. I'm trying to set up now. I got this girl in Pakistan. She wants me to interview her, but we're trying to get the timing right. I'm going to see how can I pre-record the show so I can interview her because she really wants to do an interview really bad. I got a guy in Britain he wants to interview. So it's worldwide now. And like, I used to get up and talk to this lady from Australia every day. I had her on the show. She interviewed, and we had just the greatest time. It's all about networking. That's why I don't like being in circles because I don't want to be in a circle because I'm free to be who I am. When you're in a circle, you're not free to be who you is. And what I've learned, that's what I've learned over my little 4 years. And also what I learned, if you need a team, I don't want a team of people that I'm friends with. I want a team of people that I'm not friends with because that way it won't be no jealousy or no envy or no problems when one person takes a step forward and another person may not can come. or you have to do a different business deal, and it's not for that person. See, when you build a team and you got a team of people that you don't know, we all are fighting for the same thing. And I've learned that, like, you can have your friends, but you can't put them in your business deals. You have to be at a certain plateau before you be like, okay, now I can help you out. But when you are coming up, friends on your team, it's not going to work, because that builds a lot of jealousy and envy for no reason. But we're human, so that's understandable too. It's no love lost, but at the same time, if I stay stagnated with you, then that means that I'm not trying to grow. And if we got different visions and we're both still small, it's not going to work. So what I'm starting to do now is build a team of people that I don't know. Like, I just got to publish this. Me and him talked over the weekend. He hooked me up with some offers to come on my show, and then I was like, well, I might can use you too, you know. He's like, why do you need me? You do good on your own. I said, yeah, but you got TV, print, radio, film, all that. I want some of that. And you got 80 #1 bestseller offers. That's the plateau I'm trying to get you on a New York bestseller list. I don't care about author awards. Get me on that New York bestseller list so I can get some money. And that's what he does. And we talked it over, and he's going to be my new publicist. And that's somebody on my team that I don't know. But his strategy is to get to me where I need to be. And it's no jealousy or envy, because he already got people there. And that's what I had to learn. Like, okay, it's okay. We're gonna make mistakes along the way, but I'm learning from my mistakes. I'm learning to just sometimes keep my friendships as friendships and not business ventures.
I love it. I love it. You know, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. And you know, those who are listening out there, you know, one of the things, like I said before, one of the things I love to ask is basically, you know, what advice that you can give somebody. And one of the things I love when I bring folks on here is you know, I've brought a lot of people who have wrote books, a lot of people who have made movies or producing movies, first time producing movies, and everybody has a different reason why they do it. So I love your perspective on it. I wish you like major success in everything that you're doing. And I just you're amazing, because like I said before, Hezekiah Morris is someone I've known back when you were first trying to accomplish this. And then when we got in touch with everybody, you've went from here all the way up to there. And that's like freaking amazing. So to me, it's called determination, and it's called, you know, really having passion about what you're doing. And so the question that I asked you, that, you know, one of the things like motivation and passion, can you say that's like the key to your success? Or what can you say is the key to your success right now?
Cool. You know what, for me, is I don't want to be considered a failure. So sometimes I have to step back. Like, you don't even, sometimes it's not even motivation. It's just, I don't want to fail. And it's like everything that I do, I want to put my all in it. If I'm doing a project and I don't feel that I'm putting my all in it, I won't do it. And it's okay not to do it. But for me, I'm determined not to fail. And I'm determined to use all of God's talent that he's put in me until I don't even know. I don't even, like we always say, oh, I want to reach this plateau. Who says that there is a plateau to reach? Because each day it's a different plateau. Each day we striving to be better than we was the day before. So for me, it's just, I want to see how far I can get with this.
I love it. I love it.
And I'm not racing. Everybody's like, woo, 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 woo. And that's my learn. See, I sit back and watch a lot. Everybody, they'll get on your boat for a little bit. Then they see the next person rise and they get on that boat. And I'm just paddling away. Okay. And I'm looking and I'm looking. And I see them fall off the boat, and I'm still paddling away because I'm doing it my way. I'm doing it what God wants me to do it. I don't need to tag on everybody's boat because I can paddle my own.
I love that. I love that. I love it. I really do, because you know what? I kind of feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for those who tell you, give you a version of how they feel you should be conducting your life.
Yes.
When you was out there knocking on the doors and stuff like that, and they would tell you they
Mm-hmm.
didn't want your book up in their shop, you just
Yeah.
kept going anyway because you said
Mm-hmm.
you were determined to get where you wanted to go. And I feel the same way too, because I've had people tell me, you're doing too much,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and I'm doing too much in their standards. But I think that, to me personally, if I was to answer my own question, that's the key to success, is to be happy in your own skin and
That's right.
continue to do the things that make you
Mm-hmm.
happy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm loving this, but I got to come
Like,
off of
okay,
here.
okay,
I got
okay.
to come
Let me
off of
can I
here.
can I tell the fans a quick story?
What'd you say?
Can I tell the fans a quick story?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, y'all. This is how I first met Didi. I was in Greensboro. I wrote my first book, and I asked Miss Paulette. I was like, Paulette, I need to get this book out. And she said, well, I'm gonna
Well,
introduce you to this
yeah, go
lady.
for it.
So she was like, well, I'm gonna reach out. I got a little connection here and there. So Didi didn't even know me, like talking about it. And out of nowhere, I got linked up to an interview. My first interview, it was with Larry, the screenwriter. What's his name? Larry. What's
Larry
Larry's name?
Saeed writes.
Yes, Larry Saheed
Yeah,
Wright.
Larry Saeed writes.
And we did that interview, and I was like, wow. And then the next night, we met at the club with the what was that little scene where they was playing the saxophones and all that oh my
Oh,
God, that
church.
was
Was it Churchill's?
yes. Where they
And
got
I,
the big saxophone on the side of the building. That right there gave me the motivation that yes, this is what I want to do. That was the starting point of everything right there. And
mm,
like me and you used to do interviews while I was in Philly, and I'd be walking on the streets of Philly, just passing my books, and I'm doing interviews with you. And that was a blessing to me because I tugged on your coattail till it was time for me to go out on my own. And to see that's the blessing. But some people get upset about that, but it's just like a baby growing up. Once they learn to walk, they don't need you to help them walk anymore. And that's the lesson. God said we all have to grow. And I tugged on your coattail till it was time to grow. Then it was like, okay, now Zeke, you got to go out on your own. Hezekiah, how are you going to do this? Now you're on your own. How are you going to do this? That's the blessing in it all. That's the lessons learned.
mm, I love it. I love it. I like that story. You know
I
what?
still have the pictures that
What?
we took. Yes, yes. I never forget. I always.
Let me tell you something. Okay, I got a story now too. My thing, well, it's not really a story. It's just, I guess it's just, a saying or whatever. I kind of feel that a lot of people, a lot of folks, and I mean a lot, they say to me, "Hey, Didi, you know a lot of people. Why do you mostly interview people who are just writing a book or just," and
Right.
I said, or just getting their song out. And I'm like, I meet so many amazing people. I meet people who have been out in this industry for like forever. Like, this is, they grew up like from kids to adults, And I meet all of these people, but the people who fascinate me the most are the people who are out there hustling and trying to get their stuff out there. And I know how that feels, because back in the day, when I used to do nonprofit and I was trying to raise money for different types of organizations and stuff, and I was trying to get just that word out there, and it's hard to do it. I said, if I'm ever in a position, you better believe I'm going to let people know about people who are out there writing books, people who are out there singing, people who are out there acting, because those are the gems. Those are the people that
definitely.
sometimes you'll never have a chance to meet. And when you meet them and you see them flourish, like I'm seeing you, like you're writing all of these books. You got this movie coming out, which I'm so proud of you, dude. I really am. And those are the gems. Those are the people who, I feel like, people might not have said, okay, let me take my time and look at this person. But when you look at them, you're like, oh my God, look what I missed. Look how many just awesome people out there. And I want to have the blessing of just introducing them to the world. So that's why I like doing what I do.
You're
I know
awesome
that was long-winded, wasn't it, Hezekiah?
Okay. You're awesome at it, though. I want to thank you so much for bringing me on, though.
Thank you, love. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, so I hate this, but it's time for us to get off of here. I want to tell you, thank you so much for coming on the show. You are freaking, you're fabulous. I feel blessed to be your friend, and I cannot wait for your movie to come out. Are you going to do like a premiere or anything?
Yes, we're going to do the premiere. We haven't set the sites yet, so it's whenever we try to get this site done after the premiere. The movie's going to be out there live. It's taking time, but for me, it's no rush because.
So if you do have a premiere, I would love to be at it and everything. But in the meantime, in between, yes, I got to be at this premiere, and then I'm gonna go live on YouTube and all that other places and let folks see. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I'm loving this, guys. I hate this. I got to get off of here. I'm enjoying this conversation with Mr. Morris himself. I feel so honored. Can you tell the folks how they can get in touch with you so they can follow you and get your books and all that other good stuff?
You can get my books on Barnes and Nobles and Amazon. Let's type in my name, Hezekiah Morris. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Facebook as Hezekiah Morris. I'm on Instagram as Author Hezi. I'm on Twitter as Morris_Hezekiah. And I'm on TikTok as Hasmore 8522, and you can also email me at HEZMOR8522@gmail.com. If you want to come on the Author's Lounge, you can email me, or if you want to buy my books, you can email me. However you want to do it.
That's right. Get them books, read them books. I love it. So I'm gonna take you out of here with playing a clip from Hezekiah's movie. You guys, thank you for tuning into the Dee Walker Live Show. Please share this video so other folks can go ahead and check it out. And if you would like to be a guest on the Dee Walker Live Show, definitely go ahead and send that email out to me, which is the Dee Walker Live Show @gmail.com, and let's make it happen. I also am on the radio as well, and I'm on there on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you would like to be a guest on my radio show as well, go ahead and send that email out. If you want your music to air on 106tbcradio.com, send me an MP3 to that email as well. And that's basically it. And one more thing before we get out of here, I just want to tell you guys, I love you, man. And thank you, Hezekiah, for coming back. We're definitely going to go ahead and invite you back again.
Thank you.
Yes, let's make this happen. All right, guys. Peace. Check out this clip.
What happens when one man,
Z, short for Zakarian,
plays 3 women? Sapphire,
Short for sexy, intelligent, and single.
Laquita,
damn, you look good.
and Deja.
I'll salute to that.
Do they know about one another?
All right now.
You need to handle this
Let
shit.
me tell you something. Some things
Okay?
going on in my
And
life.
who is she? Don't
Find out in the player.
Here is the tales.
Adopted from the novel The Player in Me. Written by Hezekiah Morris. Another Andre Harris production.
Okay, we're gonna get out of here. I want you guys to, like I said before, I definitely want you guys to go ahead and share this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The DD Walker Live Show. Definitely go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's right, it's the one on top, The DD Walker Live Show. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell because I am going to be going live. For the most part, my goal is to upload a new video or go live on Mondays. But there will be some days that I go live on other times and days and stuff like that. So if you hit the notification bell, it'll definitely let you know. Please support, please support. Oh, and subscribe to my channel, y'all. Okay. Thank you, Hezekiah, for coming on here, and we're out. Peace.